Am I being too picky, too peculiar? Again, if there's a general music hall of fame, I'm not aware of it. Maybe there needs to be to cover everything. Maybe there should be both, like I said, but or he could just stop inducting artists who really don't have much to do with rock and roll into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, sitting in the jam, going for the name. Sitting in the jam, going for the name. Lonely as fun, got myself.
Hey, welcome to another Ramblin' in the Bramble, folks. Today I'm going to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction process. Who should be in, who should be out, who's been slighted, things like that. There's been a lot of controversy over this, and a lot of people, a lot of great artists, a lot of rock bands who've huge body of work and a number of hits aren't even inducted, while there are many people that have been inducted in recent years who aren't even in the genre of rock and roll, such as rap, hip-hop, soul, R&B. Of course, there's country and blues, which rock and roll has some of its roots embedded in, so it's complicated, and there's a lot of different categories and things like that. So buckle in and let's stay tuned and let's go. Now, there are a couple different ways you could address the issue. You could change the name of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to the Music Hall of Fame to cover all different genres. You could have both, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sticking with just rock and roll, or the Music Hall of Fame would encompass all different genres, be inclusive. Or you could just stop inducting artists who really don't have much to do with rock and roll into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I mentioned there are different categories, which is, to someone on the surface, they might be saying, why is this person in, or why is that person in? So to be fair, there's performers, there's musical excellence, there's early influences like maybe blues, Muddy Waters and things like that would be an early influencer. Country, like Hank Williams Jr., and the Ahmet Ertegun Award, non-performing industry professionals, people who have had a big impact, producers, engineers, impresarios, and things like that. And there's, as far as the criteria, the main criteria are 25 years must have passed since the artist released their first album, and the artist also must have had a huge influence as far as on music, culture, pop culture, and things like that. Some of the other things included, some of the other criteria included are innovation and creativity, recordings, impact on culture, popularity, and awards and honors. Now for perspective, I want to get in a little bit more into the induction process to provide a little more clarity. And each year the selection process involves, I don't have all this in my head, so got my reference notes here. It involves nominations by a committee, followed by voting by a larger body of industry professionals, historians, and past inductees. The final inductees are typically announced annually. Those nominees with the highest vote total and more than 50% of the total vote are inducted, usually 5 to 7 on average inductees. Now, this is subject to evolve or change, so I just recommend going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame website for additional information. Also, I did mention, I believe many great bands, musicians, artists have been slighted by the Hall, and I'll just, many of these people with countless hits, tremendous influence, or household names, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and so forth. Among them are Foreigner, Grand Funk Railroad, Jay Giles, The Guess Who, Meatloaf, America, Bad Company, Badfinger, Styx, Boston, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, REO Speedwagon, Three Dog Night, Peter Frampton, Stephen Stills, Kenny Loggins, 10 Years After, and Toto. Pretty impressive list, huh? As you could see, these artists can make a pretty good case to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. I also want to mention the list of current inductees who aren't really rock and roll, in my opinion, are just misplaced, I think. Or some people may argue they've had influence somehow, directly or indirectly, on rock and roll. But most, I'm sure, some I'm an admirer of, some are, I'm sure, great artists in their own genres, but not really rock and roll in my opinion. But the Soul Stirrers, Louis Armstrong, who's had a massive influence on music and popular music, but I'm not sure if he belongs here. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, LL Cool J, Jay-Z, Notorious B.I.G., NWA, Donna Summer, Jimmy Cliff, Run DMC, Leonard Cohen, Herb Alpert, Missy Elliott, and DJ Kool Herc, who were both inducted this past year. A lot of these are in the rap or hip-hop genre, but again, why not make a music Hall of Fame? Or I'm not sure if there's a rap or hip-hop Hall of Fame, but I'm not sure if I'd put them in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, though. So there you have it, basically. There are artists like Dolly Parton who declined the nomination, because she mentioned, I don't feel I've earned the right. Now, I don't think anyone would dispute, Dolly's contributions to country music, to popular music. She's had massive success and popularity, just a class lady. However, I think it was a class move on her part, regarding the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Let me know if you have any comments. Am I off base? Do you agree? I'm not saying that certain artists shouldn't be honored, but just, place them in the right Hall of Fame or award system, or, you may agree, you may disagree. Am I being too picky, too peculiar? Again, if there's a general music Hall of Fame, I'm not aware of it. Maybe there needs to be, to cover everything. Maybe there should be both, like I said. But yeah, let me know. Leave your comments, like and subscribe if you're into it. And thank you very much. Rambling the Bramble. I'm Anth, and don't forget to have an awesome day, week, and year, and we'll talk soon. Bye.